Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Self-balancing system. So this introduction I already gave you. Today we will work out some problems, okay. So please focus today at least 10 minutes, you will understand the entire chapter clearly, just 10 minutes. Now when it comes to the problems, as I told you, just to recollect what I told you in the last class, we can prepare three kinds of ledgers in the self-balancing system. One is general ledger, sales ledger and purchase ledger. In general ledger we will be preparing two accounts, sales adjustment account, okay, and purchase adjustment account. And in sales ledger we will be preparing general ledger adjustment account, and in purchase ledger general ledger adjustment account. If you remember, this problem is half problem solved. Now today's problem, just I will explain first, then we will work out it. In general ledger of Dinesh Company Limited, prepare sales ledger adjustment account. In general ledger they are asking us to prepare sales ledger adjustment account from the following particulars. What are the information given to us? Balance of sundry debtors. It is related to the sales ledger. Sales, debtors, both are interconnected. When we are selling goods on credit basis, debtors are the persons who are purchasing goods on sales base, on credit basis, right. So we will take the information related to the debtors and sales, okay. Now balance of debtors, certain debtors are given, credit purchases, credit sales, cash received cash from debtors, allowed discount, received bills receivable, return inwards, return outwards, rebate allowed to debtors, bad debts, bills receivable dishonored. Now what we will do, we have to open the sales ledger adjustment account in the general ledger. What I have done? In general ledger, sales ledger adjustment account, sales ledger adjustment account, particulars amount, okay. Now first we will start with balance of sundry debtors. Balance of sundry debtors, it will be always on the debit side. Debtors are asset. All the assets will be on the debit side. We know the general rule, accounting principle rule, right. So opening balance will be always on the debit side. So I am writing here to balance brought down. How much it is? 80,000. After this I will keep a side heading, general ledger adjustment account, okay. Why I am keeping this heading? General ledger adjustment account. Credit side also I am keeping the same heading, by general ledger adjustment account. You know why I am keeping? It shows that preparing sales ledger, but it is from general ledger. So that is the reason we are keeping heading of general ledger adjustment account. Now under these columns you can write the rest of the transactions which are related to the sales, credit sales, which are related to the debtors, sundry debtors. Only those transactions we are going to consider. Now when you post the entries, please remember, sales ledger adjustment account, we write only sales, credit sales on the debit side, and rest of all the transactions credit side. Remember, simple thing, and very rarely you get some other transactions that I will tell you at the same time. Now right now what you have to remember, when you are preparing this sales ledger adjustment account, you will write on the debit side credit sales, rest of all the transactions credit side, okay. Now you see first one, credit purchases. Credit purchases means related to the creditors, right. Credit purchases are related to the creditors. This is we do not want, because we are preparing sales ledger adjustment account, not purchase ledger adjustment. When we prepare purchase ledger adjustment account, there we are going to take credit purchases, right. Now right now we are ignoring it. Next one, credit sales. Of course, it comes in the sales ledger adjustment account. Which side? As I told you, always credit sales, debit side. So I am writing here credit sales. Credit sales are 1,96,000. Okay. Over. Next one, cash, received cash from debtors. When we are receiving cash from debtors, credit side will write everything credit side except credit sales, as I told you, right? So cash received from creditors will say cash. Cash from debtors. How much we have received? 1,56,000. Next, allowed discount. When we are allowing discount, allowed discount is always to the debtors only, right? Allowed discount, credit side. If we receive discount, creditors. Allowed discount, debtors. So I am writing here allowed discount. How much allowed discount? 4,000. Next, received bills receivable. Bills receivable related to the always debtors only, sales related. So I'll write here received bills receivable. Received bills receivable. If it is bills payable, creditors. Bills receivable, debtors. So how much is this? 30,000. Right? Next one, return inwards. Return inwards are always, remember, these are sales returns. Return inwards are sales returns. Return inwards, we already sold, they are returning it. So that is for sales returns. Return inwards. Okay. In the same way, return outwards, we are returning. Already purchased, so we are returning it. So this is purchase returns. Now sales returns. Sales are credit sales, debit side. Returns, credit side. So returns inwards, credit side I am writing because sales debit, return inwards credit. So returns inwards. Return inwards are 17,500. Over. Return outwards, returns outwards, these are related to the purchase returns. Purchase returns means related to the creditors. Anyway, we are not preparing purchase ledger, right? Sales ledger we are preparing. So this we are not going to consider, ignore it, not required. Next one, rebate allowed to debtors. When we are allowing rebate, that comes on the credit side. Rebate to debtors. Rebate to debtors, how much? 5,500. Then after that, bad debts also credit side. Bad debts, 9,000. Bills receivable dishonored. Bills receivable already we have written here, right? So this is dishonored. When it is honored, credit side we have written, right? When it is dishonored, to cancel that, we will be writing on the opposite side. Dishonored entry will be opposite to the honor. Honor is credit side. Received bills receivable, credit side. When bills receivable dishonored, that we have to cancel, and for cancellation we are taking it on the debit side. So that is bills receivable dishonored. $7,500. Over. Now we can close the account. Which account? Sales ledger adjustment account. If you see the transactions, roughly debit side is more. So let me use the calculator. Debit side is more, 80,000 plus 1,96,000 plus 7,500. It is 2,83,500. Okay, 2,83,500. Same amount I will write it here, 2,83,500. Now whatever is there means from this 2,83,500, if we deduct all these transactions, we will be getting balance carried down. Here you will write by balance carried down. Now 2,83,500 minus 1,56,000 minus 30 plus 4, 34,000, right? 34,000 minus 17,500 minus 5,500 minus 9,000. It comes to 61,500. 61,500. That's all. So simple problem, nothing to worry. One simple ledger account we have opened. What is that ledger? In general ledger, sales ledger adjustment account. First take a screenshot, then I'll give you a recap. So let me give you recaps. First of all, what is they're asking? So in general ledger of Dinesh company, prepare sales ledger adjustment account. When you find general ledger, sales ledger adjustment account or purchase ledger adjustment account, means you must understand that this is self-balancing system problem, isn't it? You always get general ledger, sales ledger adjustment account, purchase ledger adjustment account. So this kind of things always self-balancing system. They are not saying it's self-balancing system. That is the way to identify the problem. In this problem, what they have given, in general ledger information is given asking us to prepare sales ledger adjustment account. Sales ledger adjustment account, how do you prepare? We have drawn the format, sales ledger adjustment account in general ledger. So when we start this problem, always you have to start with the opening balance. Opening balance is already given. Balance of sundry debtors 80,000. Balance brought down. Immediately you have to give a heading general ledger adjustment account, both the sides, debit and credit side, both the sides you have to write. Then rest of the transactions will be writing under this column. So that is why we did not write to or by for each and every transaction. Already we gave the heading, right? Under that will be writing, as you have seen, related to the sales ledger only, related to the sales ledger adjustment account only, we have taken transactions like credit purchases, no, not related to the sales, credit sales, cash received from debtors, allowed discount and bills receivable, all these things we have taken. Return inwards we have taken, return outwards are related to the purchase. So this we did not take. Rebate allowed, bad debts and bills receivable, dishonored, everything we have taken. So when we open this account, sales ledger adjustment account, remember opening balance you will write, giving the side heading, and transactions, what do you write it is here, debit side only the sales. Very rarely some other transaction comes, that I will tell you in the coming classes, and rest of all the transactions will be on the credit side. At the end we got this much of balance, easy. So when I have this sales transactions, just I need to look at this account. It will give you the clear cut picture about this credit sales. How much is left over, this much is left over. Directly I can prepare the trial balance. That's all. In the coming classes we'll see more problems. If you understand this, coming classes are very easy, quite easy. You can work out with left hand. Stay connected. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, and don't forget to share these videos, because with lot of time and energy I am preparing these videos at the rate of free of cost, especially for all the student community, and you can understand my language also. Stay connected, learn well and have a bright career. Good luck.